Have you ever met an attractive woman, had an immediate connection, and then, maybe a few minutes into the conversation, found yourself at a complete loss as to what to say next? What about this? You're at a social function, and you notice a woman looking at you. Your eyes meet, and she smiles and looks away. Now you want to go and talk to her, but your mind is racing trying to think of something that doesn't sound forced or corny. What do? Well, if you're like most guys, and how I was before I learned what I'm going to share with you, you didn't do anything. Maybe I'll get a chance to talk to her later, you think to yourself, but it never happens. Later comes, and either she's gone, or even worse, she's talking to another guy who didn't stall and decided to make a move. How about this one? You're on a date with a beautiful woman. Everything is going great, but a little ways into the date, the conversation has a lull, and you're left panicking in your head, trying to think about what to say next to break the awkward silence. You manage to get something out, but it sounds forced, and she gets a bit awkward. The conversation dies, and the chemistry along with it. What if I told you there was a very simple way to stop these situations from ever happening again? And I could teach it to you today with 2 simple tips in a matter of minutes. My name is Derek Cajun, and I've been a professional dating coach for the past 10 years, teaching men all over the world, from university students to astronauts to even Hollywood celebrities, all about how to confront their fears and succeed in their dating lives. I now run Love Systems, a company devoted to helping men solve their issues with dating and relationships. And let me tell you, running out of things to say or not knowing what to say to a woman is probably the most common problem that guys come to me with. It's also one of those issues that as soon as you're able to solve it, you will immediately see the difference in how women respond to you. It will change your life. Okay, so how do you do it? Well, for the first tip, let me share with you a little secret. Running out of things to say does not make people feel uncomfortable. This is the belief that perpetuates the fear out of running things to say. Well, if I have nothing to say, I'll look awkward, and that will weird people out. Now this may be true, but whether or not they get uncomfortable has nothing to do with you running out of things to say, and everything to do with how you felt in that moment. They get uncomfortable because you felt uncomfortable. So the question here is not, how do I stop running out of things to say, but how do I stop caring about having nothing to say? That's the real problem. And the answer is simple. You accept it. Accept that you're going to run out of things to say and be okay with it. The truth is, life is not like a carefully scripted film or TV show, and nobody expects it to be. Take a moment, relax, smile, and be okay with the silence. You'll find conversation will come naturally when you relax. You'll notice something about her, or she may even fill in the gap. Crisis averted. You didn't let your insecurity get to you, so she'll feel more comfortable, and you will look more confident because of it. Okay, now that may sound like too simple of a solution, but that's often the case with problems that arise from overthinking situations. If you're looking for the magic phrase that will get you out of every awkward social situation, it doesn't exist. Believe me, I've looked. All right, so tip number 2 relates to a problem that men tend to have when they're at a loss for how to continue a conversation. We ask questions, boring ones, and too many. Here's an easy way to turn every question, even boring ones, into something interesting. Are you ready? Turn it into a statement. Turning a question into a statement makes it inherently more interesting. Don't ask, what do you do for a living? Instead say, so, let me guess. You are a nurse. They will immediately want to know why you guessed that. It says something more than just, I'm trying to keep the conversation going. You can do this with anything as well. Why they're out, where they're from, even how they know each other. This will turn any boring conversation immediately into a much more interesting one. It's one thing to be able to carry a conversation. It's another thing entirely to actually become a charismatic man. Having something interesting to say or dealing with the inevitable awkward silence with confidence will win you many points. But in the next video, we're going to go over how to bring your social skills to the next level. I'm going to share with you guys the secret of social impact with 2 tips that will absolutely change your life for the better, guaranteed. So look out for the next email letting you know when our video is available. Please leave comments below and share this video if you found it helpful in any way. Also, if you haven't already, click the button below to register for our live webinar, The Social Charisma Blueprint, coming up in just a few days. Thanks, guys.